go straight to questions.
All right, I'll fire away.
Brandon, for the offense to go back-to-back over 30 points in your first 2 weeks, what does that mean, setting the tone for the offense and just their confidence? What's the energy with the team?
Well, I think you said it, confidence is the name of the game. Whether you're playing a position or just the whole offense in general, anytime you can gain confidence, you're going to play much better and you're going to be able to execute much better. And so that's what I've seen with this offense after 2 weeks is each week just gaining a little bit more confident. And that's a big deal. And so it was really good to see us come out fast on Saturday and really kind of take over how we left off at Georgia Tech. Like, we didn't come out fast early in the game against Georgia Tech, but we finished strong. And then, like I said, we started fast against Furman, and that was a really good sign. We just got to put all 4 quarters together now and play some complementary football with our defense and special teams, and that's kind of the biggest thing. But confidence is big, and our guys, I think, are feeling that right now, or are getting more and more confident.
DJ looks confident too. I mean, talk about where he looks this year compared to where he was during last year.
Yeah, he has just, number one, put the work in, and one of the big challenges for him last week, or one of the things of encouragement last week, was just lean on the hard work that you put in, and that should give you confidence, because he works harder than anybody else. I mean, he has never compromised his work ethic at all, and so that's paying off, and he's learned a lesson of that work ethic, and being consistent with your work ethic has allowed him to gain confidence. So he's been able to, and you see the confidence just through how he has played these last 2 games. And, still not perfect by any means, but he is definitely gaining that confidence and playing faster, and just confidence in the guys that he's playing around. And so that's a big positive for us.
It seems like he has a better touch on the ball when needed. Is that fair to say?
It is. He's done a really good job of working in the off season and preseason camp with number one, giving the guys a chance to make a play. Just giving the guys a chance. When we give the guys a chance, we see whether it's going to be a big play or it's going to be a pass interference or something of that sort. So that's something that we've talked about a lot, and then we've worked on those throws a good bit too, of just not overthrowing guys and being able to put some more air on the ball when he needs to, so that they can run under it and make a play. And I believe he's getting better and better at that as well.
Just going back and watching the film, is that the most comfortable you've seen him just with his footwork and going through his reads?
Yeah, probably over the last several games, it's probably the most comfortable. He still had a couple that he could have done a better job in the pocket, but man, it was an improvement from the first week, and that's what I told the whole team after the game, was just the only statistics I'm interested in is winning and getting better, and if we can do those 2 things, then we can be a heck of an offense and a heck of a team. And so let's just focus on those things and focus on being inside out. And but yeah, I think his pocket presence improved dramatically from the first game to the second game, and that comes with confidence.
How big is it for you guys to have Antonio as a contributor already, not only his speed, but his contested catchability in this past game?
Yeah, the kid has no fear. He came in here with a great work ethic, learned our offense, really understands the big picture, and that allows him to play fast. And he's not afraid of any situation, and just as over the top as far as how he can set up receivers or set up DBs, and understands leverage and break points and that sort of thing. He's got obviously the God-given ability of being quick and fast, and just natural catcher. So it's fun to watch him play. It's fun to watch him succeed and make several plays his first 2 games.
Brandon, what are you guys going to face against the Louisiana Tech defense?
Yeah, this defense, they're very active. They're very athletic. They'll pressure you when the time is right for them, and they'll press you and make you play. They're going to play a lot of man coverage. So, we're going to have to do a great job of not just execution, but making those plays, those routine plays, or those 50-50 balls. We need to make sure we're giving them a chance, and we need to make sure that we're making those plays outside as well. And so, but defensively, a very active group, very athletic. They run the ball very, very well, great effort. So, you know, it's definitely a good defense.
We've seen DJ make some off-script plays, the pitch to Will Shipley and Monday against Georgia Tech, and then that scramble play to Antonio Williams. What does it mean for the offense when the play breaks down to know, hey, DJ's got this, he's going to make a play?
Yeah, well, I think a couple of things. One is, I mean, just confidence in him moving around, you know, and being able to, we've seen pictures of him escaping the pocket and him be able to move better than he did in the past. He got a ton of confidence in that now. I mean, he made some unbelievable plays on Saturday with his legs, and then also in the scrambling situations, like you said, to Antonio and to Bo and to a couple other guys. It was really, really good to see. And then you also have seen him stand in the pocket and, you know, show that he's got a lot of strength. You know, he's a big kid that's got a lot of strength, and has been able to hold up in the pocket a couple times where guys aren't able to make those arm tackles, and he can step up and hang in there a little bit longer and then make the play, whether to Bo on one of those plays or two of those plays actually. So, you know, being able to extend plays is a big part of playing the position of quarterback, and when you can do that, you can be even more explosive.
Coach, what can we expect to see from Adam Randall when he gets out there?
Yeah, just excited about that kid, man. I'm just really, really excited just for his progress and how fast he's returned, and he's done some really good stuff in practice, and he's ready to go. And so, you know, you can get out there this week. I mean, I don't know how much yet. We're still going to go through the week of practice and kind of get an idea on how much he's going to get out there, but he's definitely going to play. And everything he's shown us is his confidence is sky high. I mean, he's a very, very physical and fast player that had an unbelievable spring until he got hurt, you know. And so I feel like his confidence is great, and he's going to do some good things.
How does he compare to Antonio?
Well, two different positions. I mean, Antonio plays more so in the slot, and we're going to play, you know, we're going to play Adam more on the outside, and he's just a bigger body. A guy that can, you know, is just really strong and can run well, and so he has a combination of things. So Antonio's got that quick, short distance quickness and really can separate, where Adam is more of a strong guy that can create separation through his physicality.
How about the way they get it at a young age? They just get it.
Yeah, I mean, those two are great examples of you know, guys that understand the big picture at a young age and just come from great programs and come from a lot of preparation. And so when they get here, you know, you can tell right away in the first couple of practices that, okay, they understand the big picture and they know what they need to be doing in order to get open and how to get open and the little ins and outs of those things. And so, and then they got to finish, you know, be able to finish on the ball is a big part of it. And Adam did that all preseason, and then he did it all spring too. He finished. And that's hard to be consistent as a finisher when you got guys draping on you and that sort of thing. But when you got that strength and that physicality, it helps.
How would you assess Blake Miller's performance just kind of after that first up and down game?
Yeah, much better his second game. I think he settled in, you know. Anytime you get, the more experience you get, the more settled in you'll get, and the more confidence you'll have in getting out there and doing the right thing. And so, didn't really have any mental busts, which he had a couple in the first game, and so really good to see. And he's still physical as anybody out there, and so he's just going to continue to improve and get better.
He seems like he's real critical of himself. Right?
Yeah.
You see that in him?
He is. He's a pleaser, and he's a guy that, man, he's so intense, and he's so into it, and that's what you want. You want a guy that's going to correct himself or be hard on himself so that he knows that he's going to go out and work the next guy and find a way to get it better, and that's who Blake is, and that's what he's shown in the last couple weeks.
Have you seen that out of any other true freshmen before?
Yeah, there's definitely some other guys that have done that for sure. I mean, you got guys that can, anybody that can learn from their mistakes and not have to wait for the coach to correct them, and they're correcting themselves. I mean, you know you got something special. And then the talent on top of that, makes it that much better.
What did you think about the offensive line play as a whole?
Good. I mean, I think protection-wise, did a great job. They really had no sacks. I know we have one recorded, but Cade really should have just thrown the ball away instead of taking a 2-yard loss right there. So that was really nothing on the offensive line. So very impressed with the protection. And then in the run game, I think we averaged 5.2 or something this past week, which was a big improvement from the first week. Again, guys just being able to settle in. You know, you got Walker Parks playing a new position. He had to settle in his first 2 games, and just be able to have some more confidence. And they showed that on Saturday. And so I felt really good about where they came from the week 1 to week 2. And like I said earlier, that goes for our whole team, just guys improving, just continuing to improve, and finding 1 or 2 things to get better at, and not just having too many things in their head to get better at, because then a lot of times you lose your focus and you don't get better at anything. So just having a couple things in their mind to get better at 1 day, 1 week at a time, I think is the way to go, and that's what they did this second week.
Do you think focusing on the little improvements in practice each week is leading to that more confidence in the game?
Yes, it is, for sure. I really believe that when you got guys that know what mistakes they made in the first game or in practice, and then they can identify what those mistakes are and then go learn from them and really talking as coaches on the details. And so that was the issue last year. We didn't have as much details, and so our details are even more honed in, and our guys are responding that much more too. And so it's shown a big improvement thus far.
How many more steps do you think DJ can keep taking forward?
Well, as coaches, you're always looking for improvement, and there's still, he'll say the same thing. I mean, he's still got to get better at several things. The biggest thing for any quarterback is consistency. How consistent can you be? And he's put 2 games together that are solid games. Not perfect, but he can gain confidence from those games. But now he can really go clean up some of the little details that we were just talking about to make his performance even that much better. But yes, I mean, he can improve each week. There's always something to get better at. Nobody's perfect, and he knows that, and he's very well aware of it. And he came to the sideline a couple times on Saturday, did a great job. But before I even could tell him, hey man, we need to throw that ball more to the outside, or whatever the case was, he's correcting himself. And that's a sign of a guy that's, number one, just competing hard and just taking ownership in his performance. And he's done a great job of that.
Any questions for Coach from Zoom?
The Zoom world.
Hey, Brandon, this is Matt. I know the saying used to be, make 90%, win 90% of the 50-50 balls as a receiver group. Just what do you feel like y'all have to do to get back to doing that more consistently?
I mean, it comes down to confidence, it comes down to confidence with those 50-50 balls, and it starts with the quarterback giving him a chance and giving him a chance in a spot where he can go up there and make that contested play. There was a couple throws that we didn't give him a chance on Saturday that we need to keep working on. And then the receivers need to do a great job of making those plays and finding ways in practice, carried it over from practice to the game. And again, it just comes back to creating that confidence level with those guys. And it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. It's just being a little bit more consistent with those things.
And with Cade, were there some good teaching moments for him from Saturday? And was it maybe good for him to see, every drive not going to be a super easy touchdown right now?
Yeah, I think every snap that he gets is a learning experience. At a young age, just not only watching when DJ's out there, but then whenever he gets a chance to get out there and be the quarterback of the offense, every little experience is important. And so, man, he's learned a lot of things in these first 2 games. There were some positives, and then there's things to correct that he needs to learn from, And that just comes with the position. As long as you're learning from the mistakes and not making the same mistake, you know, and just really being able to move forward without you know, making that same mistake is improvement right there.
I have one more if I could. With Adam, is he working some at the 9 and some at the 2, or is he kind of staying?
Well, Adam is a guy that can play multiple positions, so you can see him at either outside guy, mostly on the outside. You know, he hasn't done much inside work, but he's more of that bigger body, that bigger physical body that can hopefully win in one-on-one stuff and hold that line and give us room to throw some conversion balls to the outside. You know, he's one of those guys that is able to do that. I mean, I think he weighs 220. 225, somewhere in there, and so he's a big young kid that has a lot of explosiveness as well.
Anybody else for Coach? All right, thank you,
All
Coach.
right, thank y'all.
Thank you.